Welcome back to Suncoast FYI. I'm Cassie Knoll. Sally Fernandez is a novelist of provocative political thrillers and has a new book coming out. She joins me now to tell us more. So welcome to the show.
Thank you, Cassie, for the opportunity.
So I understand you began your writing career in 2008. How did you decide to become an author?
Well, I was never in, I was in banking and project management before, so I never dreamed I would ever write a novel.
No, those don't sound like they're related at all.
No. So actually in 2007, leading up to the 2008 presidential election, I paid particular attention to the political spin that was endless.
Yes.
Endless. But as a political junkie, it gave me an interesting challenge. So I decided to take one event that was repeated ad nauseum and see if I could weave it into a plausible plot, sort of a kind of a what if.
Yeah.
And that's when I decided I really wanted to write a political thriller steeped in facts.
And it just happened.
And it just happened.
That is really, actually, that's really cool.
Yeah, it was. It was an exciting adventure to try to get away from business writing and turn out fiction, but I decided I love the creativity.
So you kind of mix the two together.
Exactly.
That's a challenge for the reader.
Yeah, it was really fun. And when I wrote the book, what I wanted to do is I didn't want to write a book just to entertain. I wanted to write something that would inform, but also cause the reader to question the plausibility, the what if.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and you leave it up to them to find out what is fact versus what is fiction.
Exactly.
That is very nice. You make your readers think. All right, so we're calling it a political thriller, steeped in facts. How would you describe that genre?
It's a suspenseful read with political overtones. But I also believe with the contemporary facts, especially today, that they can't be ignored. Yeah. And if I can quote a wise man, Pericles, who said 430 BC, just because you're not interested in politics doesn't mean politics won't be interested in you. And there's just quickly another luminary. Francis Bacon said, truth is hard to tell. Sometimes you need fiction to make it plausible. And that kind of actually became my mantra because it kind of captured the essence of my writing.
Yeah, it sounds like that. Actually, that fits perfectly in there. So tell me more about your first novel and how you ended up with what you called the Simon Trilogy.
The first novel, Brotherhood Beyond the Yard, started in 1995 at Harvard University. And a group of scholars got together, formed a study group, and they called themselves La Fratellanza, the Brotherhood. And they decided they would try to put together a fictional plot, only as an intellectual game. But years later, they came together and the plot morphed into reality. And it involves the election of the president, the banking crisis, computer hacking, and international terrorism.
My goodness, you cover a broad subject matter there. Goodness gracious, and that's all in that trilogy?
That's all in the Brotherhood.
Oh, just the Brotherhood.
But when I wrote the Brotherhood, I knew it didn't end, and I knew there had to be a sequel. So the second book, Noble's Quest, starts off with earth-shaking events in Europe and the U.S. Seemingly detached, but they are not coincidental.
Yeah.
And there's land grabs, political manipulations, and terrorist camp in this one.
Look how excited she is about all of this. You get so excited when you're talking about it. Okay, so with your fourth novel about to be published, which we happen to have a secret copy here, does that mean that your trilogy became a tetralogy, I guess that would be?
Well, when I finished the third book, to complete the Simon Trilogy, The Ultimate Revenge, I told my husband that I had a fourth book that needed to be told. And he said, trilogy's 3.
Yep.
But I had this story, I had to, in the characters, Simon is the mastermind of the terrorist threats. I had to explain the lingering, the death that happened.
Yeah.
And also, it was a perfect opportunity to bring back La Fratellanza to solve some of the real issues that we're facing today. So the president was facing a bunch of crises, and he brought together, he asked Noble to bring back La Fratellanza, go underground, devise a plan to solve the crisis, jobs, our statue in America, and they have 65 days to do it. Mysterious crimes continue to happen, wondering whether Simon is still alive. And basically, our main characters, one is out of contact, the other's life is at risk, the country's at crisis.
And it sounds like this is a storyline that could continue.
Yes.
Continue.
It could continue.
More.
It could. And so the answer will be in the ultimate redemption on April 7th.
All right, and where can people go for more information?
More information to my website, sallyfernandez.com.
All right, well, thanks for coming on the show today, and good luck with your new book.
Thank you very much, Cassie.
And coming up on Suncoast FYI, have you ever heard a jazz banjo? Well, we'll show you. We have a world famous banjoist joining us next, so stay tuned.